Army, what on earth just happened in Goyang, South Korea? Face screaming in fear. A small cafe suddenly turned into the center of global attention after hundreds, maybe even thousands, of fans rushed to a mysterious event connected to one name that never fails to shake the internet. Jimin. Welcome back to Jikook Lover, the channel where we uncover the most shocking, emotional, and viral BTS stories happening around the world. But before we dive into this unbelievable story, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Jikook Lover, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Army from every corner of the world is gathering here today, because what happened at this cafe is leaving fans with more questions than answers. Why was the line so unbelievably long? Why were Chimmy dolls and Chimin hoodies suddenly everywhere? And why are some fans convinced that this event could be hiding something much bigger connected to Jimin and possibly even BTS? Was this just a simple fan event, or the beginning of something massive? Let's uncover the story together, because this viral moment is only the beginning. In the world of K-pop, there are very few names powerful enough to transform an ordinary place into a global hotspot overnight. Yet whenever the name begins circulating online, something extraordinary almost always follows. And that is exactly what seems to have happened in a place that, until recently, most people outside Korea had never even heard about, a cafe located in. At first glance, the day began like any other. The streets were calm. Local businesses were opening their doors. Morning traffic flowed normally through the city. Nothing about that morning suggested that within hours, the area would become the center of one of the most talked about fan gatherings online. But the internet has a strange way of transforming small moments into global phenomena. It began quietly. One photo appeared online, then another, then dozens more. Within minutes, social media timelines began filling with the same striking image. A long line of people standing outside a cafe decorated with something very familiar to fans of BTS. The name Jimin. At first, many people assumed it might simply be a themed cafe or a small local fan gathering. After all, fan-organized events celebrating idols are not uncommon in South Korea. But something about this particular event seemed different. The line did not stop growing. Fans continued arriving. Some appeared to have traveled long distances. Others carried cameras, banners, and merchandise as if they were attending something far bigger than a simple cafe visit. Soon, photos and videos began circulating across platforms like wildfire. People online started asking the same questions again and again. What is happening there? Is Jimin actually coming? Why are so many ARMY gathered in one place? The curiosity grew stronger with every passing hour. Then another detail began to capture fans' attention. Many of the people standing in line were wearing hoodies labeled Chimin. Others carried plush versions of Chimmy, the bright yellow character loved by fans around the world. For a long time, ARMY, these symbols were instantly recognizable. Chimmy has long been associated with Jimin's personality, bright, playful, and unforgettable. Seeing these symbols everywhere created a feeling that the entire area had temporarily transformed into a celebration dedicated to him. Photos from inside the cafe began appearing online as well. Walls decorated with Jimin imagery, menu items inspired by him. Small details placed carefully around the space, as if every corner had been designed with one purpose, honoring the influence of a single artist whose impact stretches far beyond music. As more images surfaced, excitement continued building across the global fandom. Fans in the United States woke up to the news. ARMY in Europe began sharing the photos across timelines. In Southeast Asia, thousands of fans were suddenly discussing the event late into the night. And everywhere the same reaction echoed again and again. Shock! How could a single cafe event attract this level of attention? But perhaps for those who understand the global reach of BTS, the answer is simpler than it appears. Jimin is not just another performer. Over the years, his presence has grown into something much larger. Every performance he gives becomes a trending topic. Every appearance sparks conversation. Every hint of a new project triggers waves of speculation. So when photos of a mysterious fan event connected to his name began circulating, curiosity spread faster than anyone expected. But what made the situation even more intriguing was the lack of clear information. There was no official announcement explaining the full purpose of the event. No press release. No major promotional campaign. Instead, everything seemed to unfold organically through whispers online, shared images, and the excitement of fans discovering the event almost in real time. Those who were lucky enough to be physically present described an atmosphere that felt almost surreal. Fans laughing together, strangers bonding instantly over their shared admiration. People exchanging stories about when they first became ARMY. Some had followed BTS since their early years. Others had joined the fandom more recently but felt the same powerful connection. The line outside the cafe continued stretching farther along the street. At times, passers-by reportedly stopped just to watch, confused by the sudden gathering. To someone unfamiliar with K-pop culture, it might have looked like a festival appearing out of nowhere. But to ARMY, moments like these represent something deeper. A shared community, a celebration of music, emotion, and the artists who bring millions of people together across languages and continents. Yet amid the laughter and excitement, another emotion quietly lingered beneath the surface. Curiosity, because despite all the decorations, the merchandise, and the cheerful crowd, one mystery remained unsolved. What exactly was happening inside that cafe? Some fans speculated that the event might be connected to an upcoming project. Others believed it was simply a fan-organized tribute celebrating Jimin's influence. And then there were those who believed something far bigger might be unfolding behind the scenes. After all, BTS has built a reputation for surprising their fans. Unexpected announcements, hidden clues, sudden reveals that send the entire internet into chaos. Could this cafe event be connected to something like that? No one knew for sure, but the theories continued spreading. Meanwhile, the images from Goyang kept appearing online, each one showing the same unforgettable sight. A line of fans waiting patiently, smiling, chatting, and capturing the moment on their phones. Some had reportedly been standing there for hours, yet none of them seemed to mind, because sometimes the experience itself becomes the memory. A moment shared with fellow fans, a story that will be retold again and again within the fandom. And perhaps that is what made this event so powerful. Not the size of the cafe, not the simplicity of the setting, but the reminder of how far the influence of BTS, and especially Jimin, has reached. From Seoul to Los Angeles, from Jakarta to Paris, millions of fans connected by a single name. Still, the biggest question remains unanswered. Because if a simple cafe event can create this level of global excitement, what would happen if Jimin himself suddenly appeared there? And even more intriguingly, could this mysterious gathering in Goyang actually be the first clue that something new and unexpected is about to happen in the world of BTS? As the hours passed in, the energy surrounding the mysterious cafe event did not slow down, it intensified. Online, timelines continued to fill with new videos and photos taken by fans who had just arrived at the scene. Every clip seemed to capture the same thing, excitement mixed with disbelief. Some fans could be heard laughing nervously while filming the line stretching down the street, while others zoomed in on the decorations hanging around the entrance. One banner inside the cafe instantly caught attention. It featured the name in bold lettering. Within minutes, screenshots of that banner began circulating across multiple platforms. Fans from different time zones started waking up to the news and reacting in real time. ARMY in the United States were just beginning their evening. ARMY across Europe were scrolling through their phones late at night. Meanwhile, fans in Southeast Asia were already deep into the morning hours. Despite the distance, everyone seemed to be watching the same unfolding story. And the questions kept growing. Some fans wondered whether the cafe had been quietly prepared for weeks without anyone noticing. Others speculated that the event might be connected to a fan-led celebration that suddenly exploded in popularity after the first images leaked online. But then something else began to happen. Fans who had actually entered the cafe started posting their experiences. Instead of simply sharing pictures of drinks or desserts, many of them focused on the atmosphere. According to several posts, the space inside felt almost like a tribute gallery dedicated entirely to Jimin. Photos decorated the walls. Specially designed cups featured subtle references that longtime fans instantly recognized. And everywhere you looked, the color yellow appeared again and again, an unmistakable nod to Chimmy. For ARMY, these details were more than decorations. They were symbols of connection, nostalgia, and appreciation for an artist whose journey has inspired millions. But the deeper people looked, the more mysterious the event seemed. Some visitors reported that certain items inside the cafe looked unusually new, almost as if they had been placed there very recently. Others claim that staff members appeared both excited and slightly overwhelmed by the sudden surge of visitors. One fan even wrote that the employees seemed surprised by how quickly the crowd had grown. And that raised yet another question. Had anyone truly expected this level of attention? Or had the power of the fandom once again exceeded every prediction? Meanwhile, outside the cafe, the line continued expanding. People wrapped scarves around their necks as the air cooled slightly in the evening. Some sat on the curb chatting with new friends they had met only minutes earlier. Others took selfies with the growing crowd behind them, eager to document the moment before it disappeared. To someone observing from afar, it might have looked like a spontaneous festival built around a single name. But to ARMY, it felt more like a living reminder of how powerful shared admiration can be. Many fans in line reportedly began discussing their favorite performances by Jimin. Some talked about his legendary dance stages. Others remembered emotional moments during concerts. And of course, many shared stories about how they first discovered. For some, it had been years ago. For others, it had happened only recently. But the emotional thread connecting them all remained the same. Music. In a world that often feels divided by language and geography, the music of BTS has built bridges between people who may never have met otherwise. And in this small corner of Goyang, that connection suddenly felt visible. Yet despite the joy and excitement filling the area, the sense of mystery never fully disappeared. Every time a new video appeared online, fans began analyzing it. Some zoomed into reflections in windows. Others examined decorations frame by frame. ARMY detectives, famous for their attention to detail, started wondering whether there might be hidden clues placed around the cafe. Could a certain design be hinting at a future project? Could a specific phrase printed somewhere carry deeper meaning? In the BTS universe, fans have learned that sometimes the smallest details lead to the biggest revelations. Over the years, unexpected announcements and hidden hints have become almost a tradition. Because of that history, many fans refuse to believe that this cafe event was entirely random. Something about it felt too deliberate, too perfectly timed, and that feeling only intensified when a few rumors began circulating online. According to some unconfirmed posts, a few visitors claim that the event might somehow be connected to a larger celebration or upcoming release. There was no official confirmation, no verified source, but the internet does not always need confirmation for speculation to grow. Within hours, theories were spreading everywhere. Some fans believe the cafe might be part of a fan-driven project celebrating Jimin's influence. Others wondered if it could be quietly linked to future promotions. And then there were those who suggested something even more surprising. What if this event was simply a test? A way of measuring just how quickly ARMY could mobilize when even the smallest hint of Jimin appeared? If that were true, the results would be impossible to ignore, because the response had been immediate, explosive, global. What started as a single photo online had transformed into a viral conversation involving fans across continents. Even people outside the fandom had begun noticing. Some social media users asked why thousands of people were suddenly talking about a cafe in Goyang. Others admitted they had never realized just how powerful the BTS fandom could be. But for longtime ARMY, moments like this are nothing new. They have seen how quickly excitement can spread. They have watched concerts sell out in minutes. They have witnessed music releases break streaming records across the world. And now they were watching a cafe event create waves across the internet. Still, one question continued to echo louder than all the rest. Where was Jimin in all of this? Some fans began joking that if he suddenly appeared, the crowd might double instantly. Others wondered whether he even knew about the event happening in his name. Because sometimes the most powerful fan moments occur completely independently of the artists themselves. But in the world of BTS, surprises are always possible. And that possibility kept the excitement alive. As night slowly approached in Goyang, the glow of lights from the cafe spilled onto the street where fans were still waiting. Phones continued recording. Voices continued buzzing with anticipation. And somewhere across the globe, millions of other fans continued watching through their screens. Because whether this event turned out to be a simple fan gathering or something far more significant, one thing had already become clear. The influence of Jimin and the unity of ARMY was once again impossible to ignore. But now the biggest mystery remained. If a single cafe connected to Jimin could bring together fans from all over the world in just a matter of hours. Then what might happen the next time Jimin himself decides to step into the spotlight again? And could this unexpected moment in Goyang actually be the quiet beginning of a much bigger chapter that BTS has not revealed yet?